guys, and thanks for joining me for another video here from the Temple of Cornwall. So for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Rebecca and I'm the creatrix and mother priestess of the Temple of Cornwall, as well as being a sacred celebrant, an oracle and a published writer. So this video I'm really excited for. I'm going to try a couple of new things in this one, so let me know if you like it or not. But this video I'm going to take you through how to create a hair oil that not only nourishes your hair, as one should, but also helps to enhance your natural psychic abilities as well for when you're performing divination or trying to connect with your higher self or the divine in whatever way works for you. So this idea came to me quite a while ago now, and it's just never come to fruition, but here we are making it a reality. So this was, I've always viewed my hair, which for those of you again who don't know me, haven't seen me, it's very, very long. It's just up in a stick at the moment. And I really connect my hair and its health to a good indicator as to my spiritual health. So if it's like today, it's looking really shiny and nice volume, it's very healthy, my spiritual energies are nice and healthy and aligned with that. And also, you know, there's days, you know, if you're really ill or you've not been practicing your meditation for a while, my hair just gets really limp and really pathetic looking, really sad. We don't want that. We want full-blown Rhiannon hair, because that's a good indicator, again, of the spiritual health that we're in. And I was doing some, again, history nerd here. If you've not been here before, massive history nerd. When this idea came to me, I was doing lots of research about, is this a thing? Like, is hair health and spiritual health a thing? Is this something I've just completely made up? Lo and behold, I haven't made it up. It is real. So lots of tribes all over the world, there's cases of this in like Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere, you know, Western world, Eastern world. There's lots of different tribes and communities and spiritual beliefs that would hold to this belief in one form or another. And some of the tribes, it varied, but hair health did always connect back to spiritual health. So for example, many different tribes and cultures, they really liked, you know, the long hair like mine. You know, the longer it was, the closer to your, the further in alignment with your higher self and your highest path that you were. And some people took the complete opposite view, which is where, you know, the less hair you had, the bolder, I suppose, you were. That took all the energies away, if that makes sense. Like all the energies in your hair, it would take that away and leave your, you know, your higher chakras open to connect with the higher realms of existence. So, and I really like it when it's things like that, because it's, you know, it's a big wheel of different beliefs and different reasons why, but it all comes back to one thing. And I like that there's so many different variations of it, because it makes spirituality accessible, which is a big thing for me. Like when I do my mentoring, when I'm teaching other people, it's got to be accessible for you. Otherwise, you're not going to do it. You know, it's you've got to be able to enjoy it and make it easy for you to do most of the time, because otherwise it's just not going to get done, because we're human and we've got lives to live. So yes, this video is for those of you who are either interested in this sort of thing, in the long hair connecting you to spirituality, or just healthy hair in general, really. Yeah, and those of you that just want to give it a go, and for those of you that feel the same as me, that, or you don't feel the same, I don't mean that my belief should be the only belief that you have in the world. Goodness, no. But for me personally, my hair is a big indicator of my spiritual health. If the same is for you, then this video is for you. So come along with me while I show you how to make psychic hair oil. Goodness, I've tried to film this 3 times and every single time the door has gone. So hopefully this is the 4th and final time. So let me run you through what ingredients you'll need. So I'm using for my container an amber glass jar pipette, about 50 ml, but just use whatever container works for you. A little funnel of some kind. I've also got a lit candle just here, but this is just so I can light something from it. So if you've got lighters or a match as well, that'll work just as well. I've got my chosen hair oil here. So this is just organic almond oil. You can use whatever you like. You can use coconut oil, olive oil if you've got nice thick hair, whatever works for you. Again, I've got about 40 to 45 ml in there. And for essential oils, we have got peppermint. I've chosen peppermint to really help expand your energetic field into the realms of, you know, wherever you might be wanting to work with your psychic skills. I've also got the Protection Blend from Star Child. This is lovely, almost quite minty as well, but not quite as strong as the peppermint. This is just to help you stay and feel safe while you're working in whatever higher realms or whatever realms you may be working in. And lastly, we have rose essential oil. This is to help us connect in with our heart chakra and all our higher chakras as well, which, as you may well know, are the seat of our intuition and our psychic skills. And it's also just a lovely thing to have around you as well to help with your any healing that might need to be done as well. We've also got, this is my Saining stick. So this is from Boudicca's Botanicals in Scotland, and just a dish to keep it in. This is an old shell I've had for years. But whatever cleansing method works for you, I like to use the Saining sticks because it just keeps me nice and close to my Celtic ancestors. Then we've got a lovely little dish of herbs. So we have got quite a mixture in here. We've got rose petals for the same reason of the rose essential oil. We also have some yarrow in here. This is because yarrow is a herb that's quite closely connected with Cornish folklore and spirituality. And obviously, with us being the Temple of Cornwall, we'd like to connect with that energy. We've also got juniper in there. And juniper helps, again, to keep us protected and safe as we journey through the realms of intuition and possibilities. And then we've got mugwort in there, which I'm sure you're all aware of the properties of mugwort and how it can really help expand our intuition. So with all that in mind, hopefully you've got it with you. I will be leaving the kit list, if you like, in the description as well, so you can come back to this video and make it in your own time. So let's get started. I'll begin by cleansing the bottle. So I'll be using my Saining stick for that, and the candle that I showed you before. So depending on your chosen method of cleansing, just go through that method till it starts smoking. Cleanse all around it, just with the intention to remove any impurities, anything that won't serve your psychic skills, your intuition, anything that will cut you off from your higher self and any guidance that you need to receive. Remove all that, remove all the blockages. And we are good to go. So, with your herbs, I like to set intentions with my herbs, either while holding them all in my hand or just placing my hand over them. So, together shall we set an intention. I ask that these herbs be used for the highest good of all and for myself and my highest path. I ask that the rose petals connect me to my higher self. I ask that the yarrow connects me to the spirit of Cornwall. I ask that the juniper helps me feel safe and protected. And I ask that the mugwort expands my intuition. And then I'm just envisioning these herbs being surrounded in a nice, vibrant purple light, much like this cloth. And when you feel energetically that is done, you can draw a sigil in your herbs if you like. I like to do that, just whatever feels right. Or you can leave it just at the intention setting there. So, once you've intended this, you can also use crystals. I was going to use crystals. I can't find my bag of chipped crystals, so alas, but I was going to use amethyst and clear quartz. So if you have those as well, you can set your intention with those. So now comes the fun part. So take your oil and your funnel and just fill this bottle or your container up. You want to fill it about just a little under full, not quite 2/3 full. That's not enough, but not completely full. Hopefully that makes complete sense to you. So I will show you how full mine is. So about that. Yeah, just under. And then you can take your herbs, which you've set your intention with. Where's my funnel gone? This is always the fun of DIY, it's losing things, finding them. There we go. Funnel's too small. So make sure you try and get a little bit of all the herbs in there, along with your crystals as well if you're using those. Again, if you're like me and using a pipette, you can just use the pipette to get them in there. I do love DIYs because it is like the one time it's kind of, you're allowed to make a mess as an adult. It really takes you back to like childhood painting and drawing and the like of that. Like a rainy Sunday when your mum's, you know, you've got nothing to do, so your mum's got the paints out, she's got, oh, love it. It's reminded me of that. So you can fill this as much or as little as you like. I'm probably going to put a little bit more in, but just whatever you would like. Do be careful when you're using herbs and essential oils for your hair, because some different herbs can lighten your hair, some can darken it, some can drastically affect the health in a negative way, some can help it in a positive way. If you're unsure, you can always message me or you can Google it. Whatever you prefer. I'm just using what I know my hair likes, what's good for my hair and what's good for my psychic abilities. So you can see there, nicely filled. Give it a bit of a shake. Isn't that looking so cute? Oh, love it. So these herbs, depending on how you've mixed them, if you've got them all mixed up like me, you can place these as an offering out on the earth somewhere, whether it's in your garden, in a plant pot, or on a sacred site, whatever makes you happy. Go and do that. So then we come to the essential oils. Now, when I was in aromatherapy school, we were taught about different base notes, middle notes and top notes. I have vehemently ignored that all my life as since I trained as an aromatherapist, because I just really go with my intuition. If it's, you know, I'll have a smell and see what makes my body feel happy. So that's why I've chosen these, so that there's no particular base note, top note, whatever with these. It's just, you know, what delighted my senses at the time. So I'm going to add the most amount of rose. So I'm going to add about 15 to 20 drops of rose. Patience. Probably enough of that one. And I'm going to add about 10 to 15 drops of protection oil. And then about 5 of peppermint. There we go. And then before I smell it for the first time, I do like to give it a mix. So I've got all the oils and the herbs are blended, mixed together, so I'm not just getting the potency of whatever last oil you put in. And have a smell. Oh, that's heaven. There we go. So this is your technically completed psychic hair oil. But what I like to do is, under the full moon, place this out to charge. So what day are we on? It's about a week until the next full moon-ish, just a week in a day. So I'll place it out then, but over the meantime, it's got a chance to infuse with all the herbs and the oils that are currently in there. So then, yes, I'll leave it out on a windowsill overnight, under the full moon, and let the energies of the potency and the psychic intuitiveness that comes with the full moon, this will attract those energies to it as well. So in just a second, I will take you back to where we were before and show you how to use this. Here we are back again. So at this point, you should have your beautifully made, concocted psychic hair oil that's been charged in whatever way you prefer. You can charge it under the new moon if you like, if you want the energies of that womb space, that still point. If you feel your intuition from there, do it under the new moon. If you're more of a energized sun person, lay it out under the sun for I mean, however long you get the sun in your area, I suppose. If you're in Cornwall right now, that's about 3 days and it'll get a sufficient amount of sun. So, presuming you've got all that, let me show you how you would use the psychic hair oil. So, excuse the Leo mop of hair. So I would use it when I'm starting to get ready for divination, whether that's for private clients or for myself or whatever. Just whenever I'm getting into that space of stillness, of contemplation, of connection to the higher realms as well. So depending on your hair type, mine, there's a lot of it, but each strand, if you like, is quite thin. I think my dog's come to join us. Can you see her through there? Betty! Come here, girlie. You can't really see her. Oh, girlie. Oh, do you want to say hi? Oh, there she is. Little poodle. You good girl. Okay, you staying for a cuddle? No, okay. She's in heat, so she's a bit miserable right now, aren't you? Yeah. You can have a cuddle then while I'm doing this. Okay. Anyway, yes. So depending on, your hair type, you won't need a lot of oil, and other people you may well need more. But I would just run it through the ends, definitely not the roots. Maybe a little bit on your crown chakra. I will show you. So whilst I like to tone when I'm getting into that space, whatever you do, whether it's meditation, tantric dancing, whatever you like, give your bottle a shake. And for my very Celtic hair, as in like texture, I would probably need 5 drops maximum. Yep, so there's your 5 drops into your palm. Work it through. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, I wish it was smell-o-vision. And then just run it through the ends while setting your intention. So if it's for yourself, you can think of the question that you want answered. So, what will happen for me today? What will happen for me and my partner in 6 months' time? If it's for a private client, you can think of them and their question and their situation if they've provided you with one. Or you can just set the intention of, I want to traverse the higher realms of consciousness. I want to commune with my higher self. I want to channel a message from whoever's open to sending me a message this day. And think of that whilst you're not rubbing, but just combing it through the ends of your hair, literally just the very tippy tips of your hair, fringe if you've got a fringe. And then I would take not even a drop, just whatever's on the end, so like that much, and just massage it onto your scalp where your crown chakra is. Again, thinking of the intention, setting the tone and the pace, and giving yourself a hair massage as well while you're here. And then you can wash your hands off from the oil and sit down to begin your divination, meditation, whatever it might be, session. Also as well, depending on, how you get on with this and the potency of your mix, then, dropping stuff, then maybe once a week, maybe once a month on the full moon or new moon, whatever you prefer, you can run this through as like a hair mask. So oil your hair with it at the roots, I would say. Don't bother too much with the ends, but just at the roots. Again, depending what essential oils you've got in there. Like I said, if you've got chamomile or lemon, that's going to lighten the hair. So don't, unless you want to lighten your hair, don't do that. And then rinse it off, shampoo it out. And then you'll be left with like an energetically cleared, upper chakras as well. So yeah, this is all for you to have a play around with. This is just to give you some inspiration and ideas. Let me know if you would like these for sale in our Etsy shop, because I think I might do that anyway. We've got some loose incenses coming out soon, and we've got some cleansing sprays coming out soon as well. So I'll make these with that. You don't have to tell me because I'm going to do it anyway. So there you have it, my lovelies. Thank you for joining me for I've really enjoyed making this a really interesting new video, in my humble opinion. I'm a Leo, I'm not very humble. Yes. So thank you for joining me. I will see you next week with a video that I have yet to create. I don't know what it's going to be about, but come along for the adventure. There's always one ready and waiting for you at the Temple of Cornwall. Much blessings to you all.